Hello class, let's look at week 6 for CIT 15. I'm in it right now. This is the week 5 overview you're listening to. This week we're going to do chapter 6 in your ebook, Technology in Action, and let's just jump into it. Let's take a look. I'm going to go to the Pearson Plus. If you're not logged into my TLab, you'll be asked to log in to get to this, and we'll make sure, are we in chapter 6? We are. Okay, here we are. And again, this is dealing with hardware, computer hardware. And I like to think of chapter 6 as kind of getting you ready with the knowledge to buy a computer, to know what kind of processor you might need, what kind of video card you might need, how much memory you might need. And in a nutshell, if you're just doing basic word processing and email, check the internet, you really don't need a high-end computer for that. You're not taxing it. So yeah, for Intel, like an i5 or an AMD, a lower-end AMD chip, or even an M1 for Apple, it would be fine for those kind of activities. So you're going to learn about hardware and how it works. You're going to evaluate systems. Let's see, part 1, evaluating key components. So there's a video that talks about it, and it talks about your ideal computer device. There's a CPU. It talks about Moore's Law. Moore's Law is a quiz question. So, how technology doubles in performance every 2 years. So that's your ebook. And in a summary of chapter 6, there's some learning objectives. You're going to learn about the CPU and the performance, and we're going to visit RAM again and understand what RAM does. And basically, my analogy for this is if you're sitting at a desk and you're working on task, RAM is like your desktop space, what you're actively working on. The file drawers you might open up in your desk that hold all your documents are like the hard drive. How much hard drive, how much storage you need, how many file cabinets do you need for all the many tasks you're working on. So the hard drive is like the storage, the filing cabinets holding your information. The desktop is like how much space you have to work on things at one time, RAM. CPU has to do with how fast your system can run. If you're doing high-end type things like video editing or Photoshop, large database applications, well, you need a faster processor for those kind of activities, or you'll notice slowness in your system. And the video card, maybe you're doing a lot of audio. So that is kind of in a nutshell chapter 6 is evaluating your system. Let's go back to Canvas and remember here for week 5, remember that there's an audio PowerPoint for you. There's chapter study guides for every chapter, and for chapter 6, these again are the questions I can ask you for the quiz we'll take in 3 weeks from now. And again, I have an extra credit, Saturday sharing. Do it. They're easy to do. It's just sharing what you learned during the week from the audio PowerPoint or the reading or the hands-on assignment in my TLab. Share that information. And speaking of my TLab, let's go into that right now. So I'm going to jump into it. And if you're not logged in again, you'll get asked to log in, but I'm already logged in. So here I am, week 6. Last week, for week 4, you did Word Chapter 1. This week, you're doing Word Chapter 2. And let's open it up and show you what's in that. What kind of, well, it's word processing. So we're editing a document, right? So we're learning a little bit about spacing, indentation, margins, adding borders and shading, doing a bulleted list. And let's go into it right now. And remember, when you go into the simulations, you want to make sure that you maximize your screen. All right, it makes things a little bit easier. And in this case, my screen is requiring all the width, so the instructions are at the bottom. And the text here, notice it cycles through. There's more text to do, more tasks to do for this assignment. You're going to select all, change the font to Times New Roman, and font size 12. Well, my shortcut for this is Control A. I'm lazy. I like the keyboard techniques when I can. And I'm going to scroll down to the T's for Times New. Where are you, Times New Roman? Let's see. There you are. And I'm going to change the font from 11 to 12, and watch what happens down here for your instructions. I'm going to go to 12, and oh, now I go to the next set of instructions, and I continue on. If I don't know what to do, well, here are my learning aids, so walk me through it. if I had completed this, I'm actually in the assessment, and I need to come back here because there's maybe a skill I don't remember how to do. You can hit View All, and you can go to the task that maybe you need extra help with, and click on it and launch it, and get a refresher on how to complete those tasks, right? So I think you'll find that handy. Now, if you're not done and you want to save your progress, you would save. If you're done, you would submit it for grading. So let me jump out of that. That is for week 5. That's Word Chapter 2. So there you go. When are things due? Well, let's go back to here. Let's go back to Canvas and look at the week 5 section, Saturday at 9, right? If you need help on any of this stuff, well, you can always email me or get on Zoom. But you also have the tutorial services at the top here. And I need to come down here and pick CIT. All right, this is Computer Information Tech. This is on campus. This is in the library in 207 upstairs on the 2nd floor. Also, online tutorial services here. Clicking on this, of course, you need Zoom on your computer. That's how you do that. So hopefully you'll find that handy. Let me go back. I think that's it. Let's go back to week 5. Here we are. And you know what? Make sure you start early in the week. You know, if you got a lot of things going on, just get started. Look at the audio PowerPoint. Start reading it. Maybe thumb through some of the study guide questions. And just get a start so you're not starting from the beginning by Friday when things are due in one day. Get done early. That's it. All right. Welcome to this week, and let me know if you